Are you tired of pre-ordering AAA games only for them to release running like a college student's Unreal Engine 5 failed homework assignment? Are you tired of being stuck at your partner's grandparents' house with no internet and no escape, only for things to get worse when their uncle starts talking about conspiracy theories and you want to jump out of a one-story window? Boy, do I have the build for you. This bad boy is my Fightstick Retro Pie. I'll show you how I made it. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you need to find is the button kit and shell that you like. The important things when shopping for a button kit and shell are 1. Make sure they're compatible with each other, which most of them are, and 2. Make sure that the shell is big enough to fit the Raspberry Pi Nano in with all the cords. Next, of course, you're going to need your Raspberry Pi Nano, your power cable that comes with your Nano, an SD card of your choice. I recommend at least 16 gigs, the shortest USB female to USB micro that you can find, and the longest HDMI mini to HDMI standard cable you can find. Alright, so fast forward past the boring parts of assembling the Fightstick. We've got it already assembled and we're ready to continue with the next step. So I'm going to go over exactly what we did. We've got all of our buttons installed. All you have to do to install them is just fasten these little plastic bits onto there. They just screw right on. And same thing with the joystick. Just a couple bolts, a couple screws, and you're good to go there. So I will go over the connectors and how those are supposed to be connected. Alright, so if you're looking at the PCB of the Fightstick, these first 3 are the top 3 buttons, these second 3 are the bottom 3 buttons, and then these 2 are start and select. And then this one here is the joystick. I'll link an actual diagram of the PCB that comes with this board so you'll have it for reference. I'm not really too into Fightsticks, so I didn't really know what to get, but these were like the cheapest parts I could find. I really wasn't trying to invest too much into it as my first build. I just kind of wanted to get my feet wet and see how it went. But I couldn't resist sticker bombing. I got a nice little sticker pack on Amazon as well. So the only connections that we really need to make to join the Fightstick to the Raspberry Pi is this adapter. Now this is a female USB 2.0 to a male micro USB. And basically you take the USB from the Fightstick, you plug that in, and then you go into the USB, not the power, of the Raspberry Pi Nano, which is this one here. And this one, okay. And at this point, you have a fully functional unit. So this is pretty much all the assembly that you need to make. The only other assembly that you need is to connect the power adapter to the Raspberry Pi and connect it to power. The rest of it really is just configuring your SD card and cable management. We've got our full working unit right here in front of us. We just need to fit it inside the case. Alright, so we've got our SD card built. I'll link a video at the end of this one to show you how to install a pre-built image that has everything already ready to go, all the ROMs, all that good stuff already pre-installed. Alright, so we've got our SD card inserted into our Nano. Now let's figure out how to get all of this crap inside of the case. So I want to kind of join these 2 boards together like this, but these soldering points on here are really spiky, and I don't want to scratch the back of the board of the Nano. So I think I'm going to put some like electrical tape on these to kind of give it a little bit of cushion in between, and then kind of join them with maybe a zip tie or something like that. Alright, that's a lot nicer. I feel a lot better binding these 2 things together with that little bit of cushion in between. Alright. Glorious, glorious zip ties. Let's see. Can we go in between the 2 USBs? Might be a nice little point, keep it from sliding around. Let's try it. Okay. One down, one down. Nice. I gotta cut the ends off. fuck it. I'll just use one of these motherfuckers. Got a little clipper. Alright. So that's nice. That actually came out nicer than I thought it would. Alright, now let's get all this shit in here. This isn't how the actual fight stick comes. I drilled these little holes in there as like another idea I had, but I soon scrapped it. I actually was going to originally put a Raspberry Pi 4 in here, but that thing was way too big. Like, I tried to do everything I could to like maneuver everything. I was cutting holes in here to try and like make cables work and angle them right, but it was just a mess. So Nano is going to be your best bet. It's not like you're playing much 3D stuff on this anyways, so the Raspberry Pi 4 in one of these is kind of overkill because you're really going to be just playing arcade games anyway. So is that a good connection? I guess that's as good as it's going to get. It seems kind of flimsy. Let me put some electrical tape on that bad boy. You know how we do. Nice and tight. That ain't going nowhere. Alright. So I'm gonna have the USB over here. I'm gonna have the Raspberry Pi on the right hand side. I think that might actually work out like this kind of. So we're gonna try it out. I also need to get my HDMI cable. That needs to be inserted as well. We will get that inserted. Now that's how you should look. We've got HDMI, we've got USB to our fight stick, and we've got power. I gotta figure out a way to get these like flush. They bunch up and take up so much space. And these little. Let's get our nut on there. Just drop that motherfucker. Alright, don't drop your nut. Get the nut on there. Nice little electric screwdriver. Get it nice and tight. Alright, so we got our joystick is nice and in place. It's moving around nicely, so that means that cable that's under there isn't like hurting it too bad. We got a nice little ventilation slip going through here where both cables actually don't fit because it was only designed to fit that one USB out. But you know, we do how we do. Now we've got our power and we've got our HDMI. Let's plug them in and see if it works.